Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. So in today's video we are going to be doing a tutorial using the Morphe Sweetest tea palette. I'm going to be showing you how I got this look right here using the kind of warm orangey peachy tones in the palette. So if you do want to hear my thoughts and how I got this look right here, then just keep on watching. So I have already done my foundation off camera. I did film it for a reel for you guys, so if you do want to check that out, I will leave my Instagram in the description below. I've also done my brows and I've concealed my eyelids and set it with powder. I do have a brow and foundation routine on my channel, so I'll also link them in the description box below. So the first colour I'm going to take is the shade Heat Wave. Ooh, these are powdery but very pigmented. What I'm actually going to do, rather than tapping it off, tap it off into your hand so you don't waste product. And that way what you're doing is really priming the brush, so you're getting the eyeshadow right into the bristles of the brush, and then that way you don't have to keep tapping back into the pan. If you do need to tap it off, just tap it off into that area where you've kind of primed the brush, and you can always dip back into that if you need to. But it seems really pigmented. This is the first time I'm using this palette. As you can see, I'm using a rounded fluffy brush. I always like to start off with a rounded fluffy brush, so that way I can really get it in the crease, but it's nice and fluffy and rounded, so it's going to diffuse it at the same time. So when I'm working with a new eyeshadow palette, I like to start off super light-handed, because you never know how strong they're going to be, and you can always add. It's harder to take away, as you know. So always start off very, very light-handed when you're working with a new eyeshadow palette, especially if you can clearly see that it's quite pigmented. And I've still got quite a lot in my brush, so I'm not going to dip back in. I'm just going to work on kind of getting this colour into the crease. And then once you've got the colour there, you can then lightly start to work it ever so slightly upwards. I don't want to press too hard when I'm doing this step either, because again it's harder to take away. So if you're going up higher, one, you don't want to have too much on your brush, so I always use whatever is left on the brush and just kind of tickle your skin. I'm hardly touching my skin when I do this step. I'm just slightly diffusing the edge back and forth like that. Okay, so all I'm doing is literally just building that colour up, and as you can see, that colour is building up really, really nicely. So when I first applied it, it just applied a really nice wash of colour. It actually looked a little bit lighter, but the more you build it up, the kind of deeper it gets. So yeah, I will say as a first impression, that eyeshadow is very pigmented and you don't need a lot. I picked up quite a lot in my first initial application, so I will say just work quite light-handed with it, and it's always best to layer. So the next colour I'm going to go in with is called Peaches, and I'm going to take that on a flatter fluffy brush. So as you can see the difference, it is a lot flatter, so that way it fits in the crease that little bit easier, and then that way when you're blending it out, you're not blending it up too high. Then finally for the crease colour, I'm going to go in with the shade Spite, and I'm going to take that on a Morphe M562 brush. This is a super petite blending brush to ensure the blend is super precise. So I'm just focusing that in the very crease of the eye to deepen it up. This colour is such a nice like brick red. It has such a nice red undertone, and it's not too brown, not too red. So I'm following the crease and kind of flicking it outwards, like so. Okay, I am literally obsessed with this palette so far. I've just swatched some of the shimmer colours and they are absolutely stunning. So I wasn't actually intending on using shimmer today, but I think I'm going to have to because they are just gorgeous. I've just swatched some on my hand there. I don't even know if you can see that, but honestly they are gorgeous. So next I'm actually going to work on the kind of lid colour, and then I can go back in with any darker colour once I've laid that down. So for the next step you will need your chosen concealer and also a flat detailer brush. So just get a little bit on the back of your hand and really get that concealer in the brush. So firstly, pat it on the natural part of your crease as a guide, and then once you've laid that colour down and you've got the majority of the product where you want it, you then want to fade it upwards very slowly so you don't take it up too high too soon, and just lightly swipe over those edges to get that nice diffused edge. And then what I will do is literally just use my ring finger and just tap over the edge just to get rid of any excess. The first shimmer that I'm going to go in with is called Share Gossip. I'm going to take Talking Glitz, the one next to it, and I'm going to take this shade Share Gossip and pop that on the very inner corner of my eye. Just swipe that on. I'm using a KJH number 20 brush, so you want to use a synthetic flat brush to really hold the pigment. Then I'm going to take the shade Talking Glitz and literally just apply that right next to the Share Gossip shimmer. And honestly, you don't have to use all of these shimmers. You could just put the same one all over, but I do want to try as many as I want, to be honest. And the final shimmer I'm going to take is the shade Flamin' Hot. And I am most excited about this shade because I swatched it earlier, and honestly, it is insane. I really wanted to put this all over the lid, but then I wanted to try the other shimmers. So I'm going to use the exact same flat brush and swipe that on the very centre of my eyelid. So I kind of swipe it downwards like that, and then blend it and swipe it into the outer corner. Now you've got your shimmer down, we can go back to the crease and the outer corner and just redefine that. So I'm just going to go back in with this shade Spite and my tiny little petite blending brush, and I'm going to work on the outer corner and just apply a little bit more depth to kind of connect it all together. And just wiggle your brush on the very outer corner. So you want to basically apply it in that very space where your lash line is, right up to the natural crease of your eye. So wherever you put your brush first is going to be the darkest point. And then once I've kind of got my colour laid down, you can then start to just blend it out slightly. I'm not going for a really elongated feline shape, but I do want to bring it out ever so slightly. Next, we're going to take Contents Are Hot, which is this deep dark brown here. So I've already got my foundation on, so I do want to be super careful with this. So again, when you don't want any fallout, the trick is to be very, very gentle and not have too much on your brush. So again, just take off any excess like so, tap it off, and just very lightly wiggle your brush ever so slightly, and just kind of using the side of the brush, very lightly lay that down. So then that way you've just got a little bit more depth on the outer corner. So to line the eyes, I'm going to take Morphe's eyeliner in the shade Date Night, and you just want to lightly swipe that right into the lashes. And it doesn't have to be neat. Once you've got the eyeliner laid down, you can go back in with the shade Spite and lay that on top. So what the eyeliner is doing is kind of acting as an adhesive. Again, just very lightly tap that on the outer corner. And here we're kind of creating a nice smoky liner. So I'm lifting it up on the outer part, so it's kind of thicker in like a winged shape. And then it's getting thinner as it's going towards the inner part of my eye. So I've actually been loving using eyeshadow as a liner lately because I find it's just so much easier to apply, especially if you're not very confident with liner or if you find black a little bit too harsh. What I actually like to do is spray an eyeliner brush. So this one is super fine. It is the Spectrum X KJH number 22 brush, and I just spray it with Fix Plus just to ensure it's nice and fine, and then I will spray a little bit, just slightly, onto the eyeshadow. It doesn't damage it at all, and just kind of mix it together like so. So it then creates a paste. So you can see it's super easy to apply. And we're just creating a very thin line. So for lashes, I'm using Tatty Lashes in the style TL21. So if you struggle to kind of hide the band of the lash, or if it just looks really obvious, what I do is take a little bit of black eyeshadow and just very lightly dab it just kind of above the lash band, and then also a little bit kind of like underneath as well. So we're going to go back in with that pencil called Date Night and line the waterline. And a little tip, I actually always grab a cotton, not a cotton pad, what's it called? A powder puff. And I would just pull the eye down very gently, because otherwise sometimes if you use your finger you may disturb the under eye, like the concealer. So by doing that you're just ensuring it stays nice and smooth. And then kind of blend it into your lower lashes as well. So because we've got that eyeliner kind of smudged into the lower lash line, you can use a flat definer brush like the 2121 brush by MAC. Look up into a mirror and just whatever is on that lash line with no additional product, just kind of work that in and smudge it out. And then that way you kind of have like a base for those eyeshadows to stick onto underneath. We're going to take the darkest colour that we used on the outer corner, which is called Contents Are Hot, and I'm going to take that on the same 212 brush by MAC and just press that really tightly into the lower lash line. So next we're going to start to blend out that brown, and I'm going to use the shade Peaches, which was the second colour that we used on the lid, and I'm just going to use that right below so you get that kind of nice gradient from a browny purple to orange. You just want to take the shade Heat Wave, which was the first peachy colour that we used, and just run that all the way underneath. So next I'm using my Freckle Tint by Barry M, and I basically just get a little bit on my finger and kind of like do little dots on my finger, press it together and just lightly dab over wherever you want freckles. So I don't even know if you can see them on camera. So for mascara I'm using the Kush Mascara by Milk Makeup. For lips, I know I did use the same colour in my last video, but I feel like this shade just goes with so many different colours. But it is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Pout Spoken Liquid Lip in the shade Empowered with Spice Lip Liner by MAC. I haven't decided if I want a gloss yet, but we will see what we think. So what do we think? Gloss or no gloss? Comment below what you think. I wish I could ask you now and you could tell me like in real time, but yeah, I suppose with this look you can go with whatever you like, matte or gloss. So I've decided to go with a gloss, and I've gone with a peachy one. This is by Spectrum. It is in the shade Megan. Okay guys, so that is the finished look using the Sweetest tea palette. I really hope you liked the look. I'm going to jump straight into my final thoughts of the palette. So the first thing that I noticed, the eyeshadows are super pigmented. I feel like they are slightly different to their previous eyeshadow palettes. Maybe they've changed the formula slightly, I'm not sure, but the formula does seem a little bit more powdery. That's not necessarily a bad thing if you don't mind too much powder or too much powder kickback coming out of the pan, then you'll be fine. It doesn't personally bother me, but if you're someone who doesn't like that kind of thing, because obviously it is going to fall down a little bit easier, so what you can do is just pick up less product. I mean, they're so pigmented, you don't actually need a lot of product. That's one thing that I noticed. As soon as I put my brush in, I didn't really need to use a lot of eyeshadow. But the only downfall in having quite powdery eyeshadows eyeshadows is that you do hit pan a lot quicker. I found it with my Jaclyn Hill palette, the first one. Her eyeshadows are particularly quite powdery. Same with like the Be Perfect Cosmetics eyeshadows. They're so powdery that you hit pan so quick because obviously you're dipping in and you're using more powder is coming out, and then obviously you're using more product and then you just hit pan a lot quicker. So that's the only downfall. An example of a brand whose eyeshadow is the opposite is MAC. So MAC's eyeshadows, they are pigmented, but you don't get a lot of kickback. They're not very powdery, but they do last so long. I've got eyeshadows that go back so many years. They're probably long gone now, but they last so long because they're not powdery at all. So it all depends on your preference of the type of eyeshadow formula. But yeah, like I said, I personally don't really mind it. It does help the eyeshadows blend so easily when they've got just a little, if they're a little bit more powdery. So yeah, these kind of colours blended out so easy. I didn't have any trouble with them going chalky or patchy or anything like that. I used quite a few different colours and the darker shades, and they didn't do that thing where, you know, where you put a darker colour over the top and then it just starts to blend away and then it gets really patchy. It didn't do that at all. I'd be interested to see what it would be like with the purples, because we all know purples can be a little bit harder to blend. I'm not that much of a fan of purple eyeshadow all over, but maybe I'll incorporate purple into another look if you do want to see more looks with this palette. As an overall palette, I would go as far to say that it is probably one of my favourite Morphe palettes. I know that is a big statement. I love my Jaclyn Hill one, the first one. I just wanted to show you the second Jaclyn Hill palette because I thought the colour story was very, very similar. I'm just going to put them side by side. So you can see this one does have more hot pinks and it's got a little bit more kind of yellow and brighter oranges, whereas this one has, I mean, they've got the same amount of purples, but this one definitely has more kind of lid shimmer options, which is, I think that's why I prefer it, because the shimmers are so nice. I would say if you're going to choose between the two, I would actually probably go for this one. But yeah, I did find that they're kind of similar. You do have kind of a little bit more kind of warmer browns here, which I really like in this palette. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know in case you do have both of them, or if you're wondering which one to get. I would love to create more looks with this palette, so if there's any particular shades you want me to use or kind of different styles, then let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss another video from me. But that is everything from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you'll see me in my next one. Bye!